We have such sights to show you.
Kill boy.
Who remembers Plasmo? If you were an Aussie kid in the mid to late 90s, you would remember this little show that would pop on the ABC in the afternoons about a little alien and his mates trying to get home. Plasmo was like a little bald red thing that kind of looked like a nard with legs.
My name is Bruto, and this is Corridor.
Hello, Brucho. Hello, Corridor.
Hello, Plasmo.
He was innocent, he was sweet, and we're doing a custom show all about him. So the fine folks at This Is Not a Toy Store have got their hands on some original casts of the molds of the original Plasmo from the show, from Anthony Lawrence, the creator of the show. And we've all got a bunch of these beautiful little Plasmo blanks. And the idea is we're all going to get one, we're customizing it, and they're going to be part of an art show at This Is Not a Toy Store. So I was racking my brains thinking, what could I do? Could I just do a fancy paint job again? Do I want to do something a bit different? I'm looking at Plasmo's beautiful little chrome dome. I'm thinking about bald characters. What bald characters could I possibly customize him as? And then it came to me.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you.
So last year, if you follow me on social media, you will know that I watched and marathoned every single film in the Hellraiser franchise. Every single one. And you know, some of them were good, some of them were okay, and some of them were like my own personal hell.
The box. You opened it. We came.
There's a lot of them, and a lot of them are not good. But I watched all of them and I thought, this is a perfect creature to turn in to Pinhead from Hellraiser. So can you imagine this guy in his black, kinky leathers, spikes all over his head? It's going to be awesome. So that is my concept. I'm going to do a Pinhead from Hellraiser Plasmo custom. I've already started to tidy up the mold that they give us. Now, as you can see, these legs here, that's where the figure actually ends, and these are the paw spouts. But I think I'm actually going to keep these on to give Plasmo a little bit of extra height, just like Pinhead. I also have this custom wooden base that I bought. I'm going to give it some custom pop stick floorboards as well, just like the attic from Hellraiser 1, where all the action happens. So yeah, first time I've done a bit of a base for one of my figs, because I think the figure is quite top heavy, so I think it's going to be good, especially if I'm making him taller, to have him grounded in something a little bit more stable. So that is my concept. So that is this video. So stay tuned if you want to see me customize my Plasmo into Pinhead from Hellraiser. Come on the journey with me. So may the lament configuration smile kindly upon us, and may God have mercy on our souls. Cute boy. So I've done a rough layout of where the pins are going to go. I've got my trusty mini drill, and I'm going to map out all the holes so that I can put in the nails later. I always knew it would end like this. And I'm going to carve out with my Dremel engraving tool all the little lines that go between the holes. I think it's going to be a little bit more dramatic, and I might even start gluing the base together. Let's get to it. So here I am with some of my sanding and carving tools, just engraving into poor little Plasmo as I add in the grooves in his head. And I'm pasting the floorboards on my base. These were just literally some pop sticks that I just cut to shape and sanded down so they didn't have jagged edges and just fit to the base. Now here I'm mixing up some epoxy sculpt, which is a 2-part epoxy that you mix in equal parts, and I'm sculpting on the first part of his outfit because I didn't want him to be nude. And this stuff is really great because it adheres really well to the plastic, and then you can sand it really smooth so it just looks like one big solid piece. So you literally, yeah, just mix it 50-50, 1-to-1, epoxy sculpt, part A and part B. And here you can see I've started to sculpt on some more of his robes, and I used my scalpel tool, the end of it, just to put some of that texture on the fabric, which will come into play a little bit later on because I didn't want it to be sort of just flat and black and boring. It needed to have a little bit of texture and some layers. And yeah, I think as a start that looks pretty good. Time to paint. And I'm just chucking on grey primer as an undercoat for everything here, including the base. And as you can see, once it's painted, the two different materials really blend together really well in terms of the sculpt. Now here I'm using some ultra liquid mask, which I haven't used before, which is basically something you just paint onto an area that you don't want to be painted, i.e. the eyes right here. And I'm going to spray paint it, and then you can just peel it off afterwards. So it's my first time using it. A little bit of a sloppy job, but I'll know how to do it a little bit better for next time. But there I'm just doing a nice coat of white from his chrome dome as a base coat. And then just peeling off the liquid latex on his eyes. Next up, I'm just doing some really rough red washes with some red and black in the crevices of his head just to make them really pop and stand out. I also did a blue wash over the head and the entire body to really help bring out the cold skin tones of Pinhead in my Plasmo. And now I'm just dry brushing different shades of bluish greys that get progressively lighter on the body just to make those details and that texture that I added really stand out, just so it's not very flat and black. I wanted those textures to really pop. So that's why I did some dry brushing over the top, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. A little bit of dry brushing on the head as well. Now this is something that I tried with two different kinds of sealer, where I put a glossy sealer on the base but a matte sealer on the figure itself, because I wanted the floor to look kind of wet, like it was you know, covered in blood, whereas I wanted him to look a little bit dry. And I think it turned out really good. Now what's happening here is I put a little bit of gloss Mod Podge just on Plasmo's eyes so that he had a matte finish on his body, but his eyes were glossy and looked kind of wet. This was the nail process, which was so painful. I was dropping nails everywhere. It took ages and it was really frustrating because I was trying to be really careful. I didn't want to scratch or damage any of the figure or the paint, but in the end, it looked really good.
All right. Last nail.
Voila. And this is just me gluing the figure down to the base with some Gorilla Glue. Basically, I got a blank of that and I thought, looking at his big dome head, what sort of like bald character could I do a mashup with? And so I decided to do Pinhead, the Cenobite from Hellraiser.
That's crazy.
So
wow.
This is what I've turned my Plasmo into. This is an exclusive. No one else has seen this but us.
Thank you.
So this
That's
is an
insane.
I literally have to post this thing to Melbourne tomorrow. So that was a quick look at the making of my Hellraiser Pinhead / Plasmo mashup for the Plasmo show. The Plasmo Art Toy Show is going to be happening at This Is Not a Toy Store on Lygon Street in Brunswick in Melbourne. It's happening from Saturday the 22nd of August to the 7th of September. So you'll get a chance to see my piece as well as a bunch of the other amazing artworks that people have made from around Australia. I've seen a few of them already and I can tell you they are amazing. They're also going to be for sale. So if you saw this piece and you really want to have it, you can buy it. It will be for sale as well as the other awesome ones as well. So make sure you check it out. I'll put some links in the description below, but if you want more information, you can go to thisisnotatoystore.com. And now let's check out some awesome close-up shots of my Pinhead Hellraiser Plasmo mashup. Thanks for watching, Q-Boy. mold that they... And I've broken it immediately.